Hey swallowtails and honeybees! Happy Friday! How exciting! We're all gonna work hard today, and then we have spring break. And although I'll miss you so much this coming week, we have all worked so hard that our brains and our bodies deserve a week to just play and explore with our families and friends at home. But anyway, for now, let's focus on math. So we're going to talk about shapes today. Two-dimensional shapes, so flat shapes, and three-dimensional shapes. We know the names of a lot of shapes, and even if you don't know the exact name, you can describe shapes in so many ways. We're going to use some geometry words today, like two-dimensional, three-dimensional. We're going to use the word side, how many sides, and how many edges. We're going to use the word, this one makes me excited. In kindergarten, a lot of times we talk about how many corners, but we're going to use, my voice did something funny. We're going to use the geometry word that talks about the corners of a shape. The corner is called a vertex. And when we have more than one, we count them and we call them vertices. Vertices. So we're going to talk about how many vertices different shapes have. So earlier I went for a walk outside of my house and I took a lot of pictures, and those are posted for you to look at too. So I want you to look closely at those pictures because there are so many shapes. I'll bet you'll notice some shapes that I didn't notice. So that'll be cool to see your comments about what you noticed. But anyway, I also just walked around my house and grabbed some items. I'm even noticing some shapes behind me. But the first item that I grabbed, actually I was thirsty and I was drinking this. It was a little treat. But this is a 3D shape because I can put something inside of it. It holds air, or in this case, it holds sparkling blueberry and pomegranate water. So this is a three-dimensional shape. Do you know what it's called? It's not perfectly shaped like one, but I would classify this, I would call this a cylinder. A cylinder. I wonder if you can find any cylinders around your house, inside or outside. I would also consider this a cylinder. Do you see that it has a circle for a base and the top is circular as well? That makes this a cylinder. So many cylinders. Cool. All right, well, the next thing that I grabbed around my house was this coaster. So this coaster, it actually is three-dimensional, but if I just look at the front face, what shape is this that I'm tracing? You're right, that's a square. It also is a rectangle. You could call it either one, but to be specific, it's a square because how many sides does it have? 4. And they're all the same length. That's how I know that this is a square. Yesterday, in one of our honeybee meetings, we also used the really big word quadrilateral. Quadrilateral, meaning that it has 4 sides. So when I picked up this coaster, I noticed that it was in the shape of a square. I wonder if you can find any squares in and around your house. I bet you can. Let's go to another 3D shape. We've seen these a lot lately. This die, again, it's three-dimensional because there's space inside of there. That makes it 3D. So anyway, do you know what we call this? It's a die, obviously, right? But the 3D shape that I would classify this as, this would be known as a cube. Kind of like, if I open up my freezer here, kind of like an ice cube. So a cube, it actually, if you count them all, it has 6 faces. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, 5, 6. Just like a die counts all the way up to the number 6. These would be considered cubes. Now what am I gonna do with this? I guess I'll go toss it in the sink. Think I can make it? Oh, I missed, hold on. Golly. All right, so I wonder if you can find in or around your house any cubes. I have one more shape, and then I want you to spend your time hunting for shapes on your own. My friend just sent me this card. I love it so much. But anyway, the front of my card, this really cool chick on here, is what shape? Do you know? It's a rectangle, you're right. How many sides does a rectangle have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now, remember that word that I used, qua, meaning 4? Did you get it? Quadrilateral. It's also a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. Don't want to forget about this word, vertices. That's a geometry word. It's a math word for corner. How many vertices does this card have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 vertices. Now, my challenge to you is to walk around outside your house or inside and see if you can send me 6 or more different shapes. And I want you to talk to somebody at home about whether they are 2-dimensional, are they flat shapes, or 3-dimensional. Can you put something inside? 3-dimensional. Try to come up with the name of the shape, and if you don't know, it's really cool to create a name for a shape because you can notice things about it and probably come up with a name that makes sense. Count the sides. When it's 3-dimensional, we call them edges. You can count the edges and count, remember we call the corners vertices. There's so much to do with geometry. We'll have to save some of it for after break. But happy hunting. I can't wait to see what you find. Happy Friday. Love you. Bye.